Imagine a hunter returning at dawn after a night-long trek, his throat raw, his body screaming from a wound. Someone hands him a small leaf, he chews it, and the pain fades. Now imagine that scene repeating every few days. Ancient peoples didn't use psychoactive plants just for parties. They were lifelines. Let's see how and why. Today we'll look at surprising evidence from caves to coastlines showing that in many places, people used mind-changing substances regularly, sometimes daily. We'll ask, what did they use? How did they consume it? And why would daily use even make sense? If you like strange history and human behavior, hit like and subscribe. Let's dive in. Section 1. The evidence. Archaeologists have found chemical residues in side pipes, pottery, and burial goods across the world, the Americas, Eurasia, and Africa. Remains of smoke plants, traces of fermented drinks, and the microscopic residues of coca, cannabis, and other plants have been detected in lab tests. Visuals. Photos of artifacts, lab footage, a world map with pins. For example, coca use in the Andes goes back thousands of years. Fermented cereals and fruits in Eurasia and Africa produced ancient beers and wines. Resin and smoked plants appear in European and Asian sites. Cave art and grave offerings sometimes include special plants or paraphernalia placed intentionally with the dead that hints at ritual or repeated use. Section 2. How they used substances. People consumed substances in many ways. Chewing leaves, smoking, brewing into drinks, inhaling smoke from burned mixes, and even enemas or topical poultices for medicine. Brewing fermented beverages is one of the oldest technologies, easy to make with fruit or grain. Visuals, reenactments, brewing, people smoking through primitive pipes, animated diagram of brewing. Smoking or inhalation appears in pipe fragments and soot patterns. Some societies used enemas or ointments to deliver psychoactive compounds for ritual or medical reasons. Importantly, many uses were pragmatic: pain relief, sleep aid, appetite control during long hunts, or to reduce fever and pain after injury. Section 3. Why daily use? Why would daily use arise? First, pain management and sleep. Pre-modern life was physically brutal. Chronic pain, injuries, toothache, infections. Plants that dull pain and improve sleep made life survivable. Second, cognitive boosts. Mild stimulants, like coca or caffeine-containing plants, increase stamina and concentration, useful during long hunts, travel, or repetitive tasks. Third, social and ritual bonding. Shared intoxication creates strong social ties. It's a reliable method for storytelling, conflict mediation, and keeping group cohesion. Fourth, availability and storage. If certain plants or fermented drinks were locally abundant or could be stored, regular use could become routine across seasons. Section 4. Evolutionary angle. Could daily exposure to psychoactive substances influence human evolution? Two possibilities stand out. Behavioral selection. Rituals and social systems that included altered states might have strengthened group cooperation and cultural transmission. Physiological adaptation. Repeated exposure might select for metabolic traits, enzymes that process toxins, taste receptors that deter dangerous plants, or tolerance mechanisms. These ideas are suggestive rather than proven. Still, the repeated patterns we see across cultures suggest a long-term relationship between humans and mind-altering chemistry. So did ancient humans get high every single day? In many places, and for many people, yes, and often for practical reasons. Pain relief, stamina, ritual, and social bonding. It wasn't always recreational, and it wasn't always harmless. If you found this surprising, comment below. Would you have used those lifelines if you lived then? I'll read the most interesting replies in the next video. Like, subscribe, and tell me if you want a follow-up deep dive on psychoactive plants used in specific regions, Andes, Eurasia, or Africa.